from 2 years ago. If you remember, 2 years ago, I played, we started playing Danganronpa. I never finished it, but I'm finishing it now. So, I suggest before you watch this episode, go back to my playlist on my channel and go watch the original 2 episodes, and then come back to this one. Now, we have a class trial. If you don't remember in the last one, Sakura found out Sakura was murdered, and we started the investigation. And now we are going to our first class trial. I don't know how well I'm going to remember this, because I haven't been here. It's been 2 years, so... since I last played this game, so... I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they're really convinced I did it, but... I didn't do it. Me and Sakia both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? I don't know. But one of these people murdered poor Sakia. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then, please board the elevator where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all.
Let's get started.
Impossible.
Damn, you really gotta go with this class trial thing, huh?
You know?
You know, if you want to confess, I guess now's the time to do it, right? I'm telling you, I didn't do it.
What?
So whoever stuck us here had the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh?
Hey.
There's no point standing around here anymore. Settle your resolve and step into the future.
Got it!
Relax. I haven't 100% decided you are the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. In the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sakia would want us to find who killed her?
What the heck?
I can't help but wonder whoever killed Sakia is stealing right now. Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? Being so insistent even though you obviously killed her. Very impressive. Alright, enough talking to people. Let's do this. I'm gonna test my skills of 2 years ago.
Well then.
Let's begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case. So, if you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Saki's death. I didn't decide someone else to tell me to do that. Saki's honor. I swear I'll find who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned with trembling anticipation toward the elevator. As he stepped forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator, and I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move.
Oh,
Rather than that, it's more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment. Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? Feels like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit.
Not even close. It's total.
Well now.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up! We did what he said, and we found our seats. Seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up to see everything else. It also meant that it'd be easy for anyone else to transfer their attention and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. I'm kind of nervous, bro, because I haven't played this in 2 years. I don't remember. I'm gonna see about skills, because I played this before, but I haven't done this one in a long time. Let me see if I can remember. Just pick a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly case, a deadly class trial. Alright, let's see if I can remember. Look, 2017 was the last time I did this class trial. 3 years. I haven't done this class trial in 3 years. I'm gonna see if I can remember how to do it. Do it. Class trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, if you can figure out who done it, then I'll punish everyone beside.
And the killer really is one of us.
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a... What's going on with...
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because friendship penetrates.
God, Fumi.
Okay,
Oh
but
God,
what about
Fumi.
that other empty seat?
Fumi.
There were only 15 of us.
Oh, no reason. It's just that, okay. That about first up is the case summary.
Decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me anymore. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. I don't remember. Fuck it. I don't need it. I got it. I got it. I love this game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I don't need any help. I got this. Evidence of a struggle. Ready?
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Correct.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Correct.
In the bathroom.
Correct.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the
Wrong.
bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. That's wrong. I'm gonna yell as loud as I can.
Just a
next time.
second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
I'm just gonna pause right here. I love Clash Trials because I don't have to read. They read them
Between
all read
Sayaka and the
themselves.
killer,
I don't
of
have to
course.
read. I love Clash Trials for this reason. I
So
don't
you're
like to read.
saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is start.
We need to determine what weapon was used to kill Sayaka. There used to be music. I thought there was music. There's not.
So what was he
Wait, do I have music turned off?
is to kill her? There was some kind of sharp object thrust into
I think I have music turned off, but I don't know how to turn it back
her
on.
stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No,
No, that's wrong! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna yell anymore.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A
Bold
kitchen knife?
claim, Makoto
After the
Naegi.
murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder.
Oh,
Conclusions after we've presented our argument.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know I'm damn well not the killer. There's a bit learning more of that now. Man, I don't need to learn nothing. I'm a professional at this game. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier for targets potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes a focus gauge. Yeah, I know. Alright, you ready? You ready? Are you all ready? I'm ready. Make your argument. Oh, you always use that count. Oh, what was the always count? Fuck, I don't remember what the count was. No, it was,
So I guess there's no
I think I
question that
remember
the
what it was.
kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right?
No.
He did it in secret.
When nobody was in the...
No,
No,
that's
it's
wrong. Ah, such a professional. Ah, love it. I love that I
Okay,
remember how
wait,
exactly
hold
how
on.
this went down.
I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, he...
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Oh, bro, come on. Are you serious? Are you serious? Is it not streaming right now? Hold on. Pause the stream. But when I finished... Oh, fuck. One of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife
I wanna show you- I
disappeared
wanna show you
while
all
you were
something.
in the dining hall, correct?
I'll show you after. I'll show you after.
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No,
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's...
Okay, then what if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on...
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly...
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the
So you ask, and each murder is allowed to have an accomplice.
So in other words, two people can work together.
Then there's no way anyone would...
But what if they did...
Good grief! Enough! Oops!
Anyway, I didn't go to the
Ooh,
dining
they're
hall,
not secret.
and I didn't take the... So I'm not the killer!
Okay, so then... Who...
Hina seems the obvious candidate.
No way!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the...
Actually, no.
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos, which means we have...
You stayed over?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy?
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then
Bro,
what other
fucking love
possibility
Sakura.
is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility.
Oh, yeah, that's true!
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because... Sayaka.
Sayaka!
She's the one who
Or
came to the
Sakia.
dining hall.
My bad.
And then later, she wound up dead.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
I'm sure...
So you're saying the knife she took was then in that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have...
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No! You're wrong!
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
Taboo!
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery,
Bewildering?
something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh god, I don't remember. Oh, what is it? Oh, shit. Bro, I don't remember. What is it? Is it... I don't remember. The fuck is it? I honestly don't remember. Oh, hair?
Now I understand.
Hair?
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So,
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene
who has
if the crime scene is in my room.
That would...
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not...
Yes.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course.
Wait. Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the rooms...
Then Makoto isn't the culprit.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence?
No. There are other reasons.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got in...
And how did the killer get into the bathroom?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind.
I got it!
I got it!
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're The doorknob for my bathroom. See how the top part was unscrewed?
Oh yeah, true.
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door? But if the only choice you have is to break it,
You still don't see? Let's take another look at how the incident...
No. I don't need them. Alright, I don't remember this case. God, it's been... Okay, well, luckily, it's the first case, so you only get one bullet. The other cases, you'll get like 4 of them. It'll be a little bit harder later on.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
True. That is
She
true.
then fled into the bathroom.
True.
Then the killer ran after her.
True.
And they got into the bathroom.
True.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
That's false.
No,
that's wrong.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' room...
Yes, now that you...
Then why didn't your...
Because it was stuck. Huh? What do you... My bathroom door doesn't fit in the... Monokuma over there can testify...
Yup. True as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate...
So the reason...
I got it!
I got it!
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that... Which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom.
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and...
So they had no idea how
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by... The killer must have been considerably confused.
Regardless, it was a pointless act.
Definitely something I wouldn't do.
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Bakaya?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up!
But what happens if we can't?
Well, why don't we just...
Majority rules?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here.
Does no one have any other thought? Oh,
you don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine.
Celeste.
Just
I
ask
love
your
all these
question.
characters, bro. I love this game so much.
Well, I was just...
Yeah.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key.
I don't think so. That seems...
Then...
Negative! If you remember, Monica...
Fine. How about they could have knocked and said they wanted to...
No. That...
Oh! Trying to... Hello? White...
No, wait. I did not mean to present that. Fuck, I just screwed up my... I did not mean to do that. And I just screwed up my perfect case achievement. God damn it. I don't remember.
I got it!
Oh.
Because Sayaka was already... Knowing what she'd been through.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that
I know you don't want to consider it.
Oh, checking the name, please make sure you don't get the wrong one.
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
We're gonna put Sayaka right here.
And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention...
Huh?
Which means, only someone who had been in Makoto's room before...
Then either it was Makoto who lived there...
So, Makoto...
No.
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature.
Sayaka wrote it.
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way. She must have slid it under their door to...
If you got an invitation like that...
Of course! I'm only into...
But can we be sure anyone even got? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh?
Would you like to hear? Very well then. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Makoto. It's
But in the
Makoto.
note, the place they were
Makoto
asked to
Nagi.
come to,
Makoto.
it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
It's Makoto.
So in other words, even if someone did read the
Nagi.
note
It's Makoto
and did
Nagi.
what it said,
Makoto Nagi.
they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So then they would have gone to...
Exactly. The room with Makoto.
No, that's wrong.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's...
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in...
Then, if someone...
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, and the one who switched the names was...
Right. Okay,
I got it!
Sayaka.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew. So the only other person besides me who would
You guys
even
figured
know
it
to
out
switch
yet?
the nameplates.
Put in the comments
was
right now.
Sayaka.
I want in the comments before the
You can
cross trial's
also
over
infer
who you
as
think
much
did it.
from her note.
Keep me updated. I want to know who you think did it. I obviously already know, but...
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was, whoever she invited... We figured it out!
But we still don't know who it is.
Sayaka fought with her killer. Perhaps the answer to our previous...
Yes,
Then... we just have to figure out...
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene.
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to...
how the hell could you possibly know that's...
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear.
It should. I can tell you
Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit...
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to...
No, I don't need help. I know what to do. Oh shit, here we go. Here we go. I don't remember.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So, she grabbed the kitchen knife she had...
But then the culprit took...
And they killed her.
And that's exactly what happened.
Oh.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword,
and that's when the first
sneak attack!
Because this one won't really make sense if you haven't watched those two first.
Because the sword sheath, see? There's a gash in it.
Something sharp.
Stop jumping ahead!
If the sword was used first, if you were going to attack with the sword...
That's true. With the
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, in that situation, there wouldn't be any time.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to...
Which means whoever had...
I think I get it! So the culprit came in. Then they took the knife and attacked, so she grabbed the sword to defend herself. Then, after they broke her wrist...
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka...
What? How the hell can...
Because she never held the sword at all.
Do you all know? Do you all know? Probably not, because you don't remember. 3 years later. It was 2.5
You're
years,
talking
like 2
about
years
her
later.
palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean.
How can you know that?
Like I said before, the gold... In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has... It's safe to assume that's because there's really no way she could have picked it.
Maybe she washed her hands after...
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that?
No, that's not it at all. I got it!
I got it!
According to the Monokuma file, in other words, at nighttime.
Oh, I didn't know that. You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether...
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never... The killer is the only one... But hold on. If that's right...
I got it!
I got it!
Sayaka?
But we already said that
The person with the knife attacked first.
Then the one who
Sayaka?
Now do you understand?
No, far from it. It's almost as if she took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife...
Indeed. These are all...
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka may be the reason she was so that she could pin the crime on you.
Sayaka what?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted, and by committing the murder there, but for that to work, the target had to be lured out if the target knew she had switched rooms.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a... For one thing, even if her plan worked...
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was a totally forgettable kid. Or a national...
Wait, then you're saying...
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! Because...
Hey! You're being super bold. Wouldn't it be awful if...
Oh, yeah.
Makoto, right now, if we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka...
Oh boy. Plot twist. Sayaka was trying to set us up.
It's easy just to say, hey, but there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
I love this game, bro. Oh my god, I love this game so
There
much.
still might be one clue left.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She 11037.
We all know what that says.
Written in her own blood.
We all know
There must
what
be a
that
clue
says.
about the killer.
Well, before we get too far into that, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
I got it!
Got it!
Her left index finger had blood. That could only be because she used that finger to write
I see. She broke her right wrist.
Sure. I think we can all agree. What the heck do those numbers mean?
Bro, it's obvious.
Okay.
What does that say, guys?
Hey, cheer up,
but if you
computer
can't figure out
nerd
what
or
that
whatever,
says right
right?
And one look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. Looking at it now.
Whoa. You...
Our little...
But even if that really is an N...
Are you serious, bro?
Rotate the image one...
Oh my god.
Huh?
Leon!
So,
It
who's...
says Leon. Killer is. If you haven't figured it out right now, Leon Kawada.
Here's my answer.
Killer is Leon Kawada.
The key to solving this mystery, if you turn the message, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a bunch of random
No, it's not random at all.
Got him. Got him.
She wrote that message on
Got
the wall
him.
behind her as she was leaning up against it.
So spoiler alert. Let me know if you got it right.
In that
Let me know if you
position,
got it
she
right.
couldn't move to write normally, and had to write up. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the
That sounds like one hell... I'm the killer?
You can't just...
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
I do know what he's talking about. No, that's not what he's talking about. Fuck.
Shoot!
Just kidding. That's not what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about. That. I got it!
You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
Damn, look at him, he's so guilty.
But is one scrap of fabric...
Yeah, I mean...
That's right. There are plenty of other people with just that one little charred piece.
You're right. That alone is...
Are you finally starting to understand?
Yeah.
I got it!
I got it!
If you look closely at how the
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You can't reach the incinerator without opening, and obviously, you need the key to get in. And so the killer had to be whoever was in charge. The key to the trash. Whoever was on cleaning duty.
So the only one who could... The person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get
close to the incinerator.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
So after this, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do probably 3 more parts.
I think
I'm
I
gonna try to
know
do
how
one more
someone could
chapter
dispose
tonight.
of the evidence
It's
without
like 3 hours,
using the
but
trash room key.
I feel like I kind of owe it to you guys because I
But
made
if
you
you
wait
can't
frickin'
get past
2
the
years
gate,
for
you
another part
couldn't
of this.
possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could.
What is it, some kind of glass ball?
Actually, it was supposed to be...
But how would you...
Divine with it.
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch.
Someone threw that.
Remember what you said before. Hifumi had the key was because the killer was able to hit once they got in the incinerator going.
Hey, come on!
All you have to do is look at the scene to know the shards of broken glass. If the killer had been on cleaning duty.
Wait, no, just...
But the distance from the gate, the pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw, could someone really do...
Leon! Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell?
Say what you want, Leon. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Keep our pieces together. Climax appearance. Alright. So... Oh, it's reverse. This is first. And then... Right? trying to remember. It's been a while since I've done this.
Here's exactly what happened.
Exactly what happened.
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from last night. The killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, she attacked them with the knife she But then something happened that they grabbed the fake sword during the struggle. And that's when she lost her, finding herself cornered. The killer went after her. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got... Sayaka knew about that because I told... So instead, the killer... and stabbed. But with what strength she had to keep the killer from noticing. And with that, was Sayaka dead. First, they took off their shirt. Then they took the lint roller in my room. They wanted to make sure they got rid of... Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there. But the trash room was blocked off by an especially... So they came up with a... The killer managed to throw the ball for any normal person, and that's because the killer... The crystal ball, which then quickly rolled... Having destroyed the fine, but there was... Isn't that right, Leon?
Leon Kawada.
It would appear that hero simply forgot his crystal ball, and you went there to try and wash the blood out of your seeing the ball? You thought...
So, Leon?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of without evidence, it's all bullshit!
Well then, I guess this is its Makoto.
Bullet time battle.
When the killer removed the screws from the door, instead, they must have...
I refuse to acknowledge you! Stupid, 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 stupid!
The moment of truth. Boom, 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 boom.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! Stupid! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking!
Okay, I'm totally forgetting a step
Shut
here.
up! Here's your proof!
Hold on, I totally forgot a step there. I need this. Damn it. Yeah.
I refuse to give up yet!
I think I did the tutorial. Because I definitely forgot a step. Yeah, let me get that again. Okay, I definitely forgot a step. Okay. Alright, I think I got it. Think I got it?
When the killer removed...
Try this again. Try this again.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. Stupid.
Boom, 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 boom.
You
boom,
lie.
Boom,
Shut
boom,
up.
Boom, 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 boom.
Where's your
boom,
proof?
Boom, boom, boom.
You
boom,
kidding me?
Boom, boom, boom.
Not
boom.
a chance.
Done,
It wasn't
done,
me.
Done, done, done.
Stupid.
Done, done, done. done
You lie.
done,
Stop
done,
talking.
Done.
Shut up. Where's your proof? Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
A little rusty, but I'll get better. I'll get better.
The screws on the bath. I wonder what.
I mean, oh yeah, I'm pretty.
And that must be what he used.
But the toolkit in my room.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room.
Only the boys got toolkits.
Okay, then who?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind? The screwdriver will show.
Stupid, stupid!
And if you say you used it for something else...
And let me say this, I lost it isn't an...
Stu!
Got him.
So...
Then it would seem...
Nah, not bad.
For someone. Okay, who will be chosen? What's it gonna be?
Dun dun dun. Leon! Oh no, looks like... Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blacken in this case, the one that killed Sakia, was none other than Leon Kawada.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Hey, hold on.
Hold on a sec. Leon, did you really kill Sakia?
But...
I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch. What the hell was wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was killed to be killed,
So,
man.
that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd all be the one standing here. There was a complete chance that I wound up
I
like
was
this.
just...
I was just...
unlucky. That's all. Hey! Come
Hey,
on!
You expect me to accept my death? Everything's come clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about it, honestly, better off we would have been wrong. Because what came up was really the truth, and the truth is that Sakia was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the bastard, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her in the video, it had actually something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now that we're trapped here and no way out, probably waiting for me.
Why?
Can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have something like that happen to them, and Sakia. I mean, even if some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sakia, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. That's what she said.
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. That's why she talked to me in the first place. I guess I'll never know. But there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's it. Boy, howdy, there's an entertainment industry. Sure must be terrifying, huh? I mean, try and kill someone because of his relationships. Seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but she ascended into pure madness.
Phew!
I understand, I really do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Saki's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. It's all your fault.
That's enough. Calm down.
You don't even want to make her enemies pay for what you've done. You need to let it go for now.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
I thought for sure you would give me a good wall, but you failed to avoid a punishment,
Yes,
didn't you?
indeed.
Helen, since you magnificently revealed the identity of the killers in the cross trial, the Black and Leon Quadi will receive this punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
That's
it. I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your own dirty toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you
You
understand?
had a number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. It's because you had an uncluttered intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
Stop it. I've heard enough of this.
Oh,
Are you sure? You were closer to anyone, were you not? You killed your precious Saki, do you understand? You can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I didn't plan on blaming Saki either, because the one to blame is him. If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Saki or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind. Did you just awaken a sense of justice? What just so happens there's nothing more unethical than it. And an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with the sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Oh my god, bro. I hate the one thing I don't like about games is so much reading. Shut up. Okay, well now, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get everyone's waiting for the punishment.
I'm begging you! Please, don't...
Hey, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
It's punishment time!
No!
If you're squeamish, I wouldn't watch, because if this is your first time seeing this, this can be very hard to watch, so if you're squeamish, I would not watch this, because this is very disturbing, what's about to happen. Thousand blows. It's a wrap on Leon Quada. What we saw, that was a true face of despair. I mean, even if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
My adrenaline is pumping, they're out of control. What's going on? I can't take this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well?
If you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Fuck you! Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil. You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society
Say
type guy.
what?
In this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
Why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Seems
like you're not trying to use your common sense. It makes sense to something that doesn't make sense. Like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. I don't think what you're saying. What I'm saying, put it together.
Shit.
You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your goddamn ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry. But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. Well, that could happen because one or more of you decided to you wanted to get out, right? How much time passes? You can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You are to blame. Of course you can't cut free of an outside world because you're being trapped in the same place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, you're thinking of things for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't this so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deep and hidden meaning in there, just like before.
Thrills! Chills! Kill!
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I got to say. I need some more. Save that for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare tuna reality. And that he was gone, we stood there, unable to move. Actually, no, it was longer than that. I think everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in closer and whispered in my ear. Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out. I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka portrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never crossed my mind. I feel like I was such a fool becoming such an easy target like that. She meant to double cross you, that's a fact. You can never change, but even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why she's lying and dying, thinking of you. You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you.
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave a dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left a message.
Certainly. Anyway...
Alright, I'm done reading. You all can read it.
Right. Correct.
Without something like that, others would be, whatever, move past their death. I could never do that. No, I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry the memories wherever I go. So instead of forgetting, you choose the hard road. Oh, I have high expectations for you.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How do you know I wouldn't talk to you about Sayaka? Oh well. I'm psychic.
What?
Kidding. I have pretty good intuition. Finish chapter 1, baby! That's 3 hours, only 27 more to go. 12 students remain. To be continued. And just like that, that's a perfect way to end the stream. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll do maybe 1 or 2 more parts tonight, just because I made you wait too far.